From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Brayden Neville.
On today's episode, we hear from the newest member of the Ticats, Thaddeus Moss, as he discusses his journey from winning a national championship at LSU to the CFL, his decision behind signing in the Hammer, and growing up with one of the best receivers to ever play the game as a father. It's Monday, February 26, 2024, and this is Ticats Today. It's a new week in Hamilton. I hope everyone had a nice little weekend, got to unwind a little bit. Good to see the sun has been back out these last few days. I got the chance to hike at one of Hamilton's trails over the weekend, Tiffany Falls. Beautiful spot. It was great to check that out. The Ticats announced a very interesting signing today, announcing the team has signed former Cincinnati Bengal and 2019 college football national champion Thaddeus Moss. He also just so happens to be the son of NFL legend Randy Moss, one of the all-time greats. The LSU team he played on back in 2019 was one of the best in college football history. He had Joe Burrow at quarterback. You had Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and a ton of guys who have went on to have solid starts to their football careers so far. Thaddeus broke the tight end single season record at LSU for receptions with 45 and receiving yards with 570. And he had 2 touchdown receptions in that national championship winning game. And those 2 touchdowns were the ones that tied and broke the NCAA single season record for Joe Burrow for touchdowns. And that all happened in that national championship game. So it just goes to show that this guy is a game breaker. He's good in those big game situations, and he's proved that in the past. And today he sat down with me to discuss making his way north of the border. All right, joining me now is the newly signed Ticats tight end, Thaddeus Moss. Thaddeus, how are you feeling knowing you're going to be making your way north of the border and joining the Hamilton Tiger-Cats here in the CFL?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I've never been to Canada, never been to Canada. This will be my first time coming to Canada. You know, I'm interested to see what the other side looks like. You know, definitely looking forward to playing some football and helping this team win some football games.
How did the CFL become an option to you? When did that kind of come on your radar?
I'm gonna be honest. So I had a good friend last year that came through the Canadian League. Last year was his first year, and he had a good year, and he won the championship. He came up there and won the Grey Cup. So when he did that, and hearing how excited he was, and hear him talk about everything, the game, everything off the field, what the country's like, everything, that kind of put it on my radar. Was definitely interested. And then this past season, just with how things unfolded with me in the spring league that I was in, you know, I was like, man, let's see if I can make something happen in the CFL.
Who was the friend? Who was the player? Can you say?
Austin Mack.
Austin Mack. I had a feeling it was Austin Mack, but yeah, no. And obviously he wins a Grey Cup his first year, and now he's on to other things. It's a pretty great league for guys to do something like that. I want to mention the Ticats a little bit and this fan base. What have you heard about these fans and how passionate they are for football here in Hamilton?
Truthfully, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard. I know the fans come out to football games. The only thing I was told was when it is game day in the city, you are absolutely going to know that it's game day. That is the only thing I was told. So
the city shuts down. Yeah, the city shuts down for the Ticats. When it's game day in Hamilton, it's the biggest thing in Hamilton. It's the fan base is so passionate. It's football crazy. So you're coming to a market that loves their football, and football is over everything. You got brought over here by GM Ed Hervey. What were those conversations like? How was it dealing with him and that whole process?
It was great, man. You know, he's a football guy. I was a little hectic with everything with the free agency. But man, just trying to come in and play some football. You know, trying to come in and help the run game out a little bit, but also come in and make plays and just just open up this offense a little bit more. You know, typically a tight end position I know isn't, you know, the most typical position in the league. So, you know, trying to expand on that a little bit and you know, make something happen this year.
Head coach will be Scott Milanovich, a guy who spent time in the NFL and the CFL. He's a legend here in the CFL. What has it been like getting to know him in those first conversations?
Yeah, it's been great. You know, definitely a football guy. You know, as soon as you talk to him, first thing that stands out is he's a football guy. You know, so I'm really looking for. I've heard nothing but great things about him from other people, from teammates and stuff. So really looking forward to getting with him. You know, and learning some football and playing some football underneath him.
You've had an incredible journey already through football. I want to go back to a few years ago when you were able to win a national championship at LSU. In my opinion, one of the greatest college football teams ever created. But I want to take you back down memory lane and that year and what made that team so successful and for you to be so successful with that group, Joe Burrow and those guys.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that we put the work in the off season. Man, we worked relentlessly in the off season, and we didn't know that we had a good football team. Our coach was always telling us, Coach Orgeron was always telling us, like, hey, he had to tell us that we had a good football team. I think that I think that we won the championship in the off season. I think our chemistry and everything came together in the off season. So by the time camp rolled around and by the time week one rolled around, man, it was just smooth sailing. I think the second game of the season was a close one, tough one. So we were able to be together as a team and play well. And then from there, the rest of the season was magical.
At what point did you think, like, okay, this is a team that can win a national championship?
Truthfully, our off season, one of our off season workouts right before camp, we went by the because Mississippi River is right next to the football field. So we had our off season workout right by the levee. And man, our team, we killed the workout. Like our strength coach at that point, there was nothing that he could put together that would even affect us, man. We killed that workout, and that's when I knew, like, yeah, okay, we have something special here.
You had a very special connection with your quarterback that year in Joe Burrow, and in that national championship game, you catch 2 touchdown passes, which just so happened to be the one that ties the NCAA record for passing touchdowns and the one that breaks it. What was that moment like, that whole game, and for you to be such a huge force in them winning that championship?
Man, the whole game itself was something from a dream. We were in New Orleans, so it was only 45 minutes away from the campus, from LSU campus. So we were in home territory. So the whole thing was a dream. From the second I came out there onto the field to the second I walked off the field with the confetti coming down. It literally, looking back on it, literally was like a dream. The moment was great, man. Like I said, it just felt so surreal. When the game ended, I didn't even know, like, it took me probably about 3, 4, 5 minutes to really grasp what we just did and to celebrate. Yeah. Because I was just so locked into the game and into the season and just playing football. But man, like I said, the whole moment was magical. The whole moment, looking back on it, seemed like it was just a dream.
There's someone, a very special person in your life that I'm going to get into that I'm sure you get asked about all the time, but your father being one of the greatest receivers in NFL history. What is it like growing up with him and having him as that role model to you to kind of show you the way of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been blessed and fortunate. Everybody had a lot of people have role models, but I don't think that they have a role model specifically in football that somebody like him that's been through the stuff that he's been through, that's seen the stuff that he's seen. So it's been great. It's been great having him to lean on in regards to this. Wanting to be, my profession and what I do in my life is playing football. So being able to use him to lean on in regards to everything has been great. Literally from the school aspect, from middle school, from high school, all the way up into the professional side of football. So he's my trainer now. So it's been good. It's been good, man. He's my trainer now, so he's out there with me, man. He's out there doing the workouts with me, doing everything with me. He's got hurt a few times. Yeah, I think it's been twice over the last year and a half that he's been hurt. But man, he's out there getting it in with me.
You're not taking it easy on the old man. You're going all out with him.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even gonna sit here with you and sit here and say that I'm the reason as to why he's doing it. He's really doing it to himself. I can sit here and take and say that he's doing it, trying to keep up with me, but I'm not gonna say that. He's doing it to himself, trying to push himself. I don't know why he's doing it. Because I tell you what, when I'm that old, I absolutely am not going to be working out how he's working out.
Does he still have some talent? You think he can he can play still, or what?
Yeah, maybe we should think about signing him. Maybe I should talk. Maybe I should put a phone call in and see if we can maybe sign him and use him for a little package or something. But
hey man.
Really. I think he does though. He can still run, man. He can still run great. I just know that he wouldn't he's not going to be able to give you more than 30 plays, 20 plays a game. But so we'll see.
It'd be interesting to see if he could still moss a few guys out there. I mean, I remember watching him, man. It was exciting to see him play, and I guess that was probably a guy you were probably with him a lot at stadiums and throughout his NFL career. You were probably with him like a ton of times, like on the field and seeing how he was going through it, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I was more so. I wasn't like right there next to him. I was more so behind. What he did behind the scenes was his own thing. I was a little bit too young for him to tag along. For me to be able to tag along with every single thing he was doing, man, I would have loved to been able to be right there next to him as I'm in there in the facility and practice and everything. But no, I didn't. I wasn't able to get that.
You've done a lot already, and you've had a successful college career. You've gone through it in the NFL, and you've been able to be pretty successful. But what kind of player would you say that you are, and what kind of player is coming to Hamilton, and what can these fans expect? I
would say the biggest thing is a winner. Mm-hmm. I've won at every single level that I've played at. I've been successful at every single level that I've played at. I would say a well-rounded player. Whatever it is that the football team that I've been on, I've been blessed to be on a lot of good football teams. And with good football teams comes sacrifice. With winning comes sacrifice. So I've been asked to do literally everything. I've been asked to block and do special teams and, hey, do this and do that, and I've been able to do that and excel in it. So I wouldn't say one specific thing. I would say that I'm well-rounded. I'm a great competitor and a great winner. So that's definitely those are the three biggest things that Hamilton's going to get out of me.
You're going to be playing with a quarterback who is very competitive himself and one of the legends of the CFL in Bo Levi Mitchell. But what do you know about Bo, and has he gotten the chance to reach out to you yet?
That is exactly what I've heard about Bo, is that he's a future Hall of Famer in this league. He reached out to me. We had a quick conversation. We had a quick conversation. He was just introducing himself and just saying what's up. That if I needed anything, coming across the border, if there's anything at all that I needed, I could reach out to him and lean on him a little bit if there's any questions I had in regards to the offense or the playbook to ask him, any questions I had to ask him. But that's exactly what I heard, is that he's a Hall of Famer in this league. So I can't wait to play with him.
Has anyone gotten the chance to explain to you the waggle yet? Have you?
Yeah, come on, man. You heard, the waggle motion, the three downs, everything. Yeah. I still got to continue reading in the rule book to make sure I get everything down. But I got the overall gist of it down. I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything.
Yeah.
I got a lot of it down though. The waggle motion, I got you.
Well, your friend Austin Mack, he was able to grasp it pretty quickly, obviously, being one of the best receivers in the league last season. Training-wise, you mentioned you're training with your father a bit, but what are you focusing on this offseason?
This offseason now, coming into the Canadian League is more so coming in more so as a receiving tight end. Mm-hmm. So with that, trying to be more explosive, trying to be faster, trying to be, a little bit lighter on my feet. Hamilton's not needing me to be, heavy as some other teams have needed me to be. They're not needing me to be heavy and just be a mauler blocker. So I need to come in. A little bit lighter, just more explosive. I need to come in as a receiving tight end and be able to make plays and do everything that this league requires of me.
Off the field, Thaddeus, when you're not focusing on football, what do you like to do? Where are you spending your off seasons? Where's your home base?
Charlotte, North Carolina is my home base for me. Outside of, I'm gonna be honest with you, training takes a lot. Takes a lot of time. I spend a lot of time with my family. It's been, since I've been back in Charlotte the last year and a half, and before that, I've just been ripping and running since high school. College halfway across the country and. Training for the NFL and then being in the NFL, I haven't been able to spend a lot of time with my family and stuff. So it's been great to be back here, spend time with my siblings, spend time with my parents. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's such a predominant name in football, Moss, and your brother, he's also playing, and you have that family name, and you've done an excellent job so far. Are you looking forward to training camp and just getting this thing started here? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I absolutely can't wait, man. At this opportunity, like I said, I've won at every single level. I would absolutely love to come up there and put that on my resume. Grey Cup champion, and come up there and get a win. But man, I'm looking at this as a challenge that I've been able to play everywhere with every team and be successful and win football games and everything that comes with that. So man, when I say I can't wait, I can't wait. Training can't come fast enough. Preseason, the season can't come fast enough. I can't wait to get up there and play some football.
Well, Thaddeus, I'm excited to see you up here in May, and I'm sure a lot of Ticats fans are looking forward to seeing you at training camp and seeing you don that black and gold, man. So I want to thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, man. I can't wait to see the fans out there.
That was Thaddeus Moss. It'll be interesting to see him at training camp come May. Before we go, this is another reminder that the Ticats are looking for the next brand ambassadors to perform on game days and attend community events throughout the season. So auditions for that will be held March 3rd at Tim Hortons Field. Make sure to follow at Dance Cheer Ticats on Instagram for the most up-to-date information. That's all the time for me today. I want to thank you for tuning in to Ticats Today.